And you see, look, you have Aiden Ross, you have Drake, you have Kanye, who recently just met up with Andrew Tate. What do all these people have in common? What are you even communicating by having these people in your team? Remember, you are the average of the 5 people you hang around the most. So this is a nasty 5. A nasty 5.
Now, when it comes to Drake, Lawbreeze and Gentlegrams, despite the fact that we are now well into an era where Kendrick Lamar has been in control of everything, from paperwork to post, Drake is still trying to do everything he possibly can to get any control of rap music back, and more than ever in this moment, while great rappers who love the craft of making music are breaking records and Kendrick Lamar is just leveling up more and more at the very top of that, Drake, academics, and all of the other people who are a part of that clown show on the other side of hip-hop have been planning a new effort to push themselves at the forefront like we have never seen. And with what these guys are about to do, what is clear is that we are about to see an effort to take down Kendrick Lamar and discredit every genre-altering move he has made over the last year like we have never seen before. And with what Drake has up his sleeve now, what is going to be certain is that over everything else, this entire side of hip-hop is about to do the most annoying thing that they ever have. And now before we go any
Hey, before he even gets started, I'm going to give a prediction. I've already said Drake's going to start to go crazy over 2025. Because we know in 2024, he tried to fight back with the music. That didn't work. Remember, he dropped a bunch of tracks, about 17 tracks. None of them hit. Then he dropped this album, and it's doing pretty decent. But at the same time, his biggest attack has been these lawsuits. And it's been through streamers and through content creators and doing propaganda. But hey, man, y'all see what academics is doing. Y'all see what Kanye is doing. Y'all see the moves that OVO is doing behind the scenes. So be on the lookout, because I know academics is talking about this Kanye interview. Hey, man, let's see what Fantastic Hip Hop talking about.
further into all of this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And as we are about to see one of the most pivotal times happen when it comes to how hip-hop is going to look for the foreseeable future, it has never been more important to leave that like. And so now with that said, when it comes to Drake, why exactly in this time we are about to see the most calculated and loud effort from him and everybody around him to take down Kendrick Lamar is due to the fact that currently within hip-hop itself, something that's a little different for the biggest loser in the genre is that currently, as he is facing so much backlash that is only getting worse and worse with each awful move he makes. For the first time in this downfall for the ages, there is another rapper who is getting so much backlash himself, and of course none other than Kanye. And now with Drake and Ye, while Ye is
I told you. Kanye and Drake. Y'all remember, Kanye was the one who even coined the term the elimination of Drake. Remember when he started off, he did the Like That remix with talking about, hey, Dot, I got you. Now he done completely flipped on him, Kendrick Lamar. And he's siding with Drake. And it's weird.
still rambling about Drake, and it seems like they are not on the best terms by any means. When we look at Drake and this new effort him and his guys are about to make within a way like we have never seen before to take down Kendrick Lamar, believe it or not, Ye is the key to this all for them, and something behind the scenes is being directly established as we speak between these two former rivals who are so desperate for any sort of win they can get. And really, when it comes to the desperation of these two, they are now teaming up because no matter how they feel about each other, they are both more livid and have more beef with Kendrick Lamar than they have ever had with one another, because for their own reasons, Kendrick represents the thing that they despise more than anything, and as Ye has made this very clear with so many different things that he has said to this point, whether he realized it or not in the moment, Ye turned into Drake's most important connection in this time because his comments have been fueling people like Ack and his team to push sentiments that ultimately are in place to try and take down Kendrick, which is therefore giving Drake and his goals a louder and louder voice.
But understanding this is not the tactic that you really want to have either, especially when, yeah, you can agree with Kanye's statements about Kendrick, but at the exact same time, he's making these statements sandwiched in talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce's children, talking about Jewish people, talking about every and anybody. So this is not the person that you want on your side right now. This is the last person you want on your team. So this is not a good look at all. Just look at all the people that Drake has on his side. Academics. Y'all know his accusations. Y'all know what he's been doing. Kanye. Drake has Andrew Tate, Aiden Ross. What we doing, man?
His fans are really appointing Ye as a genius for the takes he is making about Kendrick now. And so with this situation, which has now found Ye and Drake on the same team, Ye's comments are doing so much for Drake, and they're not just accidentally supporting him and his goals anymore, because beyond just that, Team Drake is lining up Ye for every single play that they need him for right now. And we are about to see this like we never have, as none other than Drake's biggest cheerleader in Ak is releasing an entire interview with Ye, and with academics doing something like this,
there is a fur.
And that's crazy, especially when academics has been dropping hints saying that Kanye showed up with the swastika chain, wearing a full KKK outfit. Man, it's getting weird. It's getting weird.
the way he does things, it's clear that he is going to get Ye to say everything he possibly needs to make the loudest statements he can that are going to call out and question Kendrick Lamar and make everybody who is on Team Drake or Team Ye just more angry at him than ever. And with the goal of all of this, and really what's going to end up defining another round of this beef, for Ye and Drake, both their partnership and what they want to get out of this is so beyond music, and I don't think they're going to release anything anytime soon, because even together Drake and Ye have learned that whatever they are putting out cannot keep up with the most recent entries in Kendrick's catalog. And so understanding that, with Ye, Drake, academics, and all of their fans who are angry at everybody because of the places that their artists have ended up in, the goal here is to get Ye to keep saying things like his list of rap kings that Kendrick was not on, or these claims that Kendrick Lamar is this puppet for the industry. And with these takes, which...
And that's weird. That's a common theme within Ye. If he's somebody that you don't like, if he's somebody that he doesn't like, you're an industry plant. Or he puts you on. It's either way. Either way, he has to have some way to control you. And if he doesn't have that control to say, I put you on, he'll just flip the narrative to say, you're just an industry plant. And like I said, it's academics is setting Kanye up. Man, and academics already said it's going to be completely unedited. And they don't understand how they sound and how they look. Especially, like I said, just look at everyone who's joining that side and why they're partnering up together. It's looking weird for them to even just be together. But Kanye, when his interview drops, of course, he's saying some outlandish things already, but academics, he's giving a layup for Kanye to just go crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be wild.
Are so clearly rooted in jealousy. They just want to amplify these statements that are trying to chip away at Kendrick Lamar's success in any way possible, and even connect these out there theories and ideas that people like Ye and Drake both think about Kendrick to even more ridiculous thoughts and narratives. And when you look at the circle of people that is now going to be around Drake and Ye together, from academics, who is going to do everything to help Drake and who is already planning on using Ye as the boost that Drake needed in terms of the noise and disruption around Kendrick Lamar's success that they want, to the people who Ye's associating with and all of the other annoying personalities who are obsessed with Drake. Overall, the play being drawn up here is to pretty much assemble the most delusional rappers out right now with the most annoying personalities and creators possible, and then just amplify the narratives that all come back to this idea that Drake and Ye have been manipulated and wronged by the industry, and now they are trying to expose everything and how wronged they have been, and ultimately they want everyone to think that Kendrick Lamar and his success represents the industry winning and their unjust downfalls. And really, with the way all of this is going, and from all of the annoying personalities who are going to jump on this narrative and just spread whatever they are saying.
And you see, look, you have Aiden Ross, you have Drake, you have Kanye, who recently just met up with Andrew Tate. What do all these people have in common? They are weird. Then you have Iggy Azalea coming out saying that in a meeting, Kanye said that he told Iggy Azalea that he used to masturbate to her pictures. And he said that directly to her face. And it's like weird stuff like that. It's like, once again, the nonverbal communication. What are you even communicating by having these people in your team? Remember, you are the average of the 5 people you hang around the most. So this is a nasty 5. A nasty 5.
Because they don't like what Kendrick represents, and people just don't want to accept the fact that these guys created their own problems. Ultimately, what is being set up here is about to become one of the most frustrating moments for hip-hop culture and the conversation around it in general. And for both Drake and Ye, it's really starting to seem like this is all going to end up to a point where they are going to be directly connected with a set of brothers who I don't think I even need to mention by name. But if you don't know who I'm talking about, it's somebody who Ye has been with recently, which started a whole problem itself, and who Drake is rumored to be doing an interview with, and who Academics was around recently at an event as well. And between these connections already, Ak, who just brings all of these clowns closer and closer together, and even Aiden Ross, who is going to be another big name within this circle who spreads this delusion and bitterness, and who is going to help all of these people just come together. Overall, with there being two of the biggest rappers ever leading this effort, and ultimately with what they are doing, they are going to drag hip-hop into such a mess. While I don't think all of the noise that they are going to make is going to be able to even slightly challenge the actual results of what Kendrick Lamar and his run are doing and meaning. No matter how you want to put it, as we get closer to Ye and Drake teaming up and putting the wildest thoughts together to try and express their anger at Kendrick Lamar in the industry, what we are about to see is one of the most annoying times ever for hip-hop discourse and just for the culture in general, because with just the sheer amount of desperate fans that these guys have, pushing them together under the same sentiments that are all going to be about taking down Kendrick Lamar is going to cause a split in hip-hop more than we have ever seen. And really, as these guys just try and...
They have to resort to this level because the music isn't hidden like it's supposed to. They can't do it through the music. No one wants to listen to it through the music. So they have to go... Hey, appreciate you. They have to resort to these low-hanging fruit tactics to try to get attention and energy. Understand, they don't actually care about the music a lot. Seems like Drake and Kanye, they've chosen music because it was a way of getting attention, for energy, for an energy source. They love the attention that the crowd gives them when they're chanting their names and they hear their music being played, and they have cult-like fan bases. They love that. That's what they did it for. And now that they don't have that, they desperately seek that exact same attention. It's a drug. It's narcissistic supply. So this is the resort. This is the result. God damn.
Take down everything that Kendrick Lamar has done. And as a result of that, everybody else who's on Kendrick's side with some of the most annoying things we are ever going to see. For everybody involved, this effort already reeks of desperation, and I am sure that it's only going to become more apparent that this is the case when Ak actually starts tying Ye with Drake and they start being seen as victims of the same problem in this standoff and beef with Kendrick Lamar. And now, while it's hard to really tell what's going to happen when all of these desperate and unpredictable personalities get together and try to discredit a guy who they are already reaching so far for to just say a few bad things about, what really is going to be the most pivotal and defining aspect of this next chapter we are going to see very soon is both how this is going to directly try and take down what hip-hop has always stood for, and the effects of bringing Drake and Ye and all of these people who represent the worst things in hip-hop and beyond today all together. And really, even greater than that, when we look back at this moment in time and hip-hop fans see how ever since Kendrick Lamar changed the game with Like That, it had so many different effects, what's going to be able to look back on so clear is that in this time where Kendrick Lamar is going to be remembered as a hero for bringing rap back to its roots and just making fans excited about everything again, Drake is not going to be the only guy who is remembered as a villain for just disrespecting hip-hop in every single sense of the word and taking the loss of a rap beef to places we have never seen. But more than ever for...
People love to use the K-Bot insult, but at the exact same time, understand it's not just Kendrick Lamar fans. Remember when Drake tried to have the 20v1 narrative? This is 20 different fan bases. This is saying if it's 20 different fan bases, it's not individual fan bases at that point. Like Kendrick said, this is the culture. This is the culture at this point. It's your one fan base against everybody else. It's Drake's and Kanye's fan base versus everybody else. This is not a Drake versus Kendrick. Nah, they're looking at this entirely wrong, and that's the reason why this looks so ridiculous. Because once again, just look at who they are teaming up with. Look at what they're attempting to communicate. They don't understand how everyone else sees them. They don't understand how ridiculous they look.
Ye. Him doing everything that he has against all of the rap game, but specifically to this story, Kendrick Lamar, while at the same time supporting Drake and his ideals and fully linking up with him by now joining people like Ak. Ultimately, there's no other way to say it, but Ye has really solidified his title of being the Anakin Skywalker of hip-hop, because where once this guy was seen as one of the chosen ones and did some of the best things for hip-hop ever with his early work, which both from a topical to a musical perspective pushed everything forward, but really paved the way for so much of what we have seen today, no matter how you feel about him now. But currently, with Ye going out the way he has and turning against all the greats and the people who he has worked with, and with him just becoming the very thing that his older self would have spoken out against. I mean, he's the Darth Vader of the rap game, there is no other way to put it, but now with Ye and Ak coming with their interview very soon, and then following that, we are about to see them and Drake come at Kendrick Lamar like we have never seen. We are in line for some more ridiculous moments that are bound to not just fail, as these gimmicks just can't overtake the quality of what Kendrick Lamar is doing, but we are going to see all of the annoyance that these guys are going to bring on the rap game just spiral out into more and more L's, because really...
I was just about to say that, because at the exact same time, Not Like Us is still on the Billboard charts. Kendrick Lamar's music is getting even more attention. You're making Kendrick Lamar's point even more clear. Like, this is crazy. Because like I said, they can't do it through the music, so they have to attempt these tactics, and it only makes them look desperate. Man.
Really, as these guys are doing this, and Kendrick Lamar is just planning on making more moments that are not just standing up for himself, but all of hip-hop culture and the betterment of art and authenticity. With these new chapters for Kendrick and Drake, while it may be different what each artist is actually doing this time around, it really is solidified that no matter what, Kendrick Lamar is going to keep increasing his lead and taking win after win. And for Drake, he is just going to keep losing until his entire career is in a place where he has nothing left to even do ridiculous stuff like we are about to see. And so now with all this said, let me know, what do you think?
And once again, thank you to Fantastic Hip Hop. Appreciate you for the video.